Right, so I've bought this little camera, it's an action cam, and let me tell you, I don't even know where to start. Right, so let's start with the specs. I need the box for that because I didn't rehearse this anything. Hang on, give me a second. Here we go. I've put the box over there. So basically, this is a 4K action cam, and what's funny is I gotta do this manually because I've got my manual lens. It actually says action because that's the store where I've bought it. It's basically like a local AliExpress with a lot of goods that are from China, very cheap. And I've paid only 11.95 euros for this. So the specs are a 4K action camera which shoots 4K 30 frames per second, 2.7K 30 frames per second, then it shoots 1080 in 60 and 30 frames per second, and it shoots 720 for 90, 60 and 30 frames per second. You can use 90 and 60 frames per second for slow motion. I already unboxed this, but let's cue the unboxing sequence. And this is the package that it came with. Everything looks so much better when you unbox it from the top, so that's why I've got this overhead right now. Let me grab this one and pull it out and see what's in it. The box is empty now, and we see the camera and we see some accessories. So let's start with the accessories. Let's grab the first one and show you guys what's in it, which is a clamp that you can use on, let's say, a bicycle to mount your camera and the waterproof casing on it. Then we've got some, I'm not going to pack those out, but we've got some Velcro straps for it to strap it down, which is a base mount plate with some tape on the back, which you can use, and you need to slide something in it, which is this one, because you're going to mount the camera on top of this, and then you're going to slide this into the base mount like so, and then you can, you know, mount it and stuff like that. Then we've got a cable, which is a USB cable to charge the device with, and we've got a regular case to mount it on. I usually use one of these as a dash cam when I've got it attached to the window of my car. And then we've got a small mount, and that's almost it. We've got a tripod mount as well. There we go. So this goes into the tripod, and then you can mount the camera on top of this. Now let's go to the best part. I'm not going to address the instructions, which is the camera itself and the waterproof housing. To me, this kind of looks like a GoPro housing or an SJ cam or a Gitup or whatever camera you are using. It looks kind of sturdy. I don't see any bad lines in between, so I'm pretty sure it's waterproof. I'll put it through a test later on. I'm going to remove this film right here. Now let's open the case up. And there you go. So this is the small action camera. And it literally says action because the store is called Action. It's in blue, it's the Action color. We've got the power button on the front. Then we've got a select button on top. And we've got two buttons, which is probably for the volumes and the menus. And then it uses a small battery, which is a 3.7 volt Lion battery, 750 milliamps. I'm not quite sure how long this will last, but it does look like the batteries you use in, let's say, the SJ cam or the Gitup. I might be able to swap those out and use them interchangeably, but I'll have to check that one out. I'm not quite sure just yet. So once again, here's the camera without the battery. It's very light. That's the first thing that I really noticed. It's very light. It feels well built. So now all we gotta do is check and see how the image looks. Right, so like I said, I don't even know where to start. Even though it's $11.95 and you can't really expect much from it, I thought it would be a lot better. The footage is absolutely worse. I thought about not making this video for you guys, but I just had to show the world how bad of a camera this is. What I've did is I've taken it outside, and then I'm going to show you guys the clip right now. The audio is horrible because I wanted to test the audio of this thing as well, and I'm going to show you guys the movement. So it doesn't have image stabilization, so it's all shaky and stuff, and it's absolutely horrible. Alright guys, and this is the audio sound of this little action cam.
Remember, it's only $11.95, so I'm very curious to hear how this audio will do right now, but I'll have to wait till I get back home. Let me show you guys the surrounding. There we go. There we go. Now let me walk and show you guys how the image shakes or not. So right now I've got the camera pointed forwards. You're still listening to the audio. Alright, let's get back home and let's see how that looks.
What I'm going to use it for right now is because what I wanted to do was, I bought this thing and I thought, well, I'm going to make a video about it and then I'm going to give it to my little nephew. But the quality is so horrible, and because it doesn't have any image stabilization, he can't put it on his bike or whatever. So I'm just going to keep this and I'm going to use this as a dash cam. I'm going to show you, whoa, there it fell. Well, let's have a look. I didn't rehearse that. Let's have a look. Well, I guess it's pretty durable because it doesn't have any cracks in them. But where was I? Yeah, so I'm going to use it as a dash cam. I've driven it on the highway during daytime and I've driven it over the highway during nighttime as well. But as a dash cam, it's pretty fine actually. It's pretty good. It's 4K for $11.95, so that's not very bad. But you can't use this as a proper action cam. You will be very, very disappointed. If anything, if you're looking for a cheap action cam, I've got two Gitup 2s. They are made by a company called Gitup. It's a Chinese brand and the image stabilization is absolutely amazing. They've got a 3 as well, and like a small one that you can put on an FPV drone, and it looks absolutely amazing. And I haven't upgraded mine yet because they still work. I have to change the batteries every now and then because they start to wear out. But they're very cheap to get from AliExpress, so I don't really mind. I might upgrade to a GoPro later on, but for now I think it's not worth the money for me. Let me know what kind of action cam you have. If you recommend anything, let me know in the comment section down below. So once again, do not buy this action cam. It's not worth your money or your time. You're going to be very, very disappointed. Action is a shop that started in the Netherlands, but they're throughout the entire of Europe right now. So if you do have an Action close by and they sell these cameras, don't even bother buying them because it'll be a waste of your money. And that's it for this week. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you know that you can now either buy me a coffee or become a patron of this channel? By doing so, you can personally help me grow my channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. And for this week, there's only one more thing left for me to say, which is make love to the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that bell button to be the first to be notified when I drop in a video. And until next time, doei!